Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to handle this flowchart, and then we will use it to fill up this trace table. Okay, and this question is coming from May Journal 2024 Computer Science. That's the paper 2 Cambridge IGCSE. Okay, so here we are viewing the table and the trace table and the flowchart side by side. So you have an array, okay, that contains these numbers: 15, 17, 25, and then 9. It's a element array. And then you have this trace table to deal with. We are going to use this flowchart to complete this trace table, because the question says complete the trace table using the data given in the array. So we're using this very data given in the array. All right, so we begin from the start. Of course, we're taking the arrow, and then at the first instance, you have A being assigned false. So let's quickly write those down. So we're going to start from here where we have false. That's for A, and then B 1. All right. So the next thing, we need to move to the next step. The next step says is list B greater than list B plus 1. That is list B. This is list B since B is 1. So is 15 greater than 17? And of course, the answer is no. Since the answer is no, so we're taking this path and not this path, okay? So the answer is no. So what do? We need to assign the value that is presently in list 1. Remember that B is equal to 1. So we need to assign 15 to T, okay? That's what we ought to do. So that means we come here and then we say 15. Get it? All right. So what's the next thing? The next step says assign what is in B plus 1, that is 2, into uh, list 1. So you pick this and then you assign it into this. So this becomes 17. And then after that, you now take what is in T back to B, that is list 2 here. So here becomes 15, because we're assigning the value of T into 15. So basically we're just swapping, okay? We're swapping what is there, okay? And then the next stage will be your A will be equal to true. So where is your A? So we go back again. Since we're done entering on this part, A here is already occupied. So we go back and then we start from here, and then we turn A to true. Good. So I haven't done that part where we're taking this arrow now. So B becomes 2, because B plus 1, that is 1 plus 1 will give you 2. So this becomes 2. Sorry, let me adjust this a bit. Good. So since we're here and B is 2, we're taking this way. So the question now is B equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're taking this direction, and then we're coming back here. Is list 2, remember that our B now is 2. So is list 2 greater than list 3? So what is in list 2? List 2 is 15. And what do we have in list 3? List 3 is 20. Is 15 greater than 20? The answer is no. So we're going back here again so that we can swap them. Okay, so we're taking the value of list 2, which is and then we'll put it inside of T. So list 2 here is 15. Yeah, so we're putting 15 inside of T here. Then the next step will be to take what is in list 3 to list 2. So we're picking what is in list 3. List 3 is 20, right? So we're picking this 20, and then we are replacing it that. And then after that, um, we now need to take we now need to take the value of T to list 3, right? So we now pick this 15 to this point. Good. Yeah, so we're done with this stage. So the next thing now is we will assign the true value to A. So that means we're going back again up to this point. Good. So now that we're here, we're taking down this path. So B will be incremented by 1 again. Okay, so B becomes 3. All right, since B is 3, the next thing for us to do is to is to go down here. Is B equal to 5? So is 3 equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're going all the way down to this point again, where we're now going to compare is list 3 greater than list 4. Yeah, always take note that our list will keep incrementing like that. So is 15 greater than 5? The answer is yes, 15 is greater than 5. So we're going this way. B plus 1. Okay, so this B increased by 1 again, so which is 4. And then we're coming down here. Is 4 equal to 5? The answer is no. Since the answer is no, so we're taking all the way back up here again. So we're now checking, is list B greater than list B plus 1? So is list 4 here, is this 4 greater than 9? The answer is no, so we're taking this path. So we're going to swap what is in list 4, that is list 4 here, and then we'll put it inside of T. Okay, so list 4 is 5, so we'll put it inside of T. So that means we're dropping 5 here. Oh, sorry, not there, not there, not there. Please, let's take note. So we're taking it here. So we're dropping list 5 there. So uh I mean, we're dropping list 4 there, and the content of list 4 is 5. So we're dropping 5 there. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing we need to do now is that list B. So we will now assign list 5 into list 4. Okay. So what we have in list 5? List 5 is 9. So we're putting 9 here. Yeah, and then we are taking T into list 5, so this becomes 5. Yeah, okay, so we've swapped them. So that's basically what we've done. Okay, so and then A equals true. Okay, so we can actually put it here. A equals true. Okay, so having done that path, we now need to move on up to this point where B will be incremented again by 1. So B becomes 5. So since B is 5 now, the question is B equal to 5? The answer is yes, B is equal to 5. So we take down this path, and then is A equals true? So yes, the truth is that A is equal to true. Remember that the last known value of A is true. So we're taking this path now all the way. We're going back to the very beginning. Okay. Okay, so we're going back all the way back to this very point where we now have A equals false. Okay, so since we're starting all over again, so it's very okay if we come down here to start. Okay, so our A becomes false. Okay, since the A is now false, the next point is to return B to 1. Okay, so our B becomes 1. After that, we're going down here. So we're checking, is list 1 greater than list 2? Okay, so is list 1 is 17 greater than 20? The answer is no, 17 is not. So we now have to do the swap again, where we're taking list 1 to T. So remember, we're here, so we're going all the way to this end where we're taking the content of list 1, which is 17, and we're putting it inside of T. Okay, and then we're taking the content of list 2, which is the 20 here, which is the last value. Then we're putting it here. Okay, let me take this up a bit. So we have 20 there. Good. So, and then we're returning the value that is in T down to list 2. Okay, so this becomes 17. Okay, let me take this up a bit again. All right. Okay, so here we have it. And then we're done with this part. Now, A becomes true. A becomes true. So we need to come down here to assign the value true to A. Let me take this way. Okay, so that's that. A is now true. So after that, we now come down here where B is incremented by 1. So the new value for B becomes 2. The new value for B becomes 2. And then we're going back up here again where we're now going to ask, is 2 equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're taking this way. And then we're here. Is list 2 greater than list 3? So list 2 is 17. List 3 is 15. So is 17 greater than 15? The answer is yes. So we're now going down here. Instead of this part, we're taking the yes direction, and then we now say b plus 1. So b is incremented by 1 again. So that's here. So we can just increase this by 1, making it 3. Okay. So is 3 equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're going back here. And then we're now asking again, is list B, that is 3 greater than, is list 3 greater than list 4? So where is list 3? List 3 is, the last known value is 15. Is 15 greater than 9? The answer is yes. 15 is greater than 9. So we're going, taking the yes angle, and then we're incrementing b by 1, so making it 4. Okay, since we've done that, so the next point is 4 equal to 5? Is 4 equal to 5? Is 4 equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're taking the no direction. Then we're going back up here again, where we're now going to check is list 4 greater than list 5. Yeah, remember, list, the value for b now is 4. So it's list 4. Where is list 4? List 4 is there. The last known value is 9. Is 9 greater than 5? Yes, 9 is greater than 5. So we are back here again. Sorry, let me stop this. Yeah. So we're taking yes, and then we're incrementing b by 1. So b becomes 5. So b becomes 5. And then is 5 equal to 5? Yes, the answer is yes. 5 is equal to 5. So we are now going to take this direction. Is a equal to true? Yes, indeed, a is equal to true. So because a is equal to true, we're now taking the yes path, and then we're going back to the very beginning again. Okay, so here we have a new value for a, which is false. So we can come down here to say false. Yeah, false. After that, b will be equal to 1. So b's value is returned to 1. So what next? We're taking this angle. Now we're checking, is list 1 greater than list 2? Is list 1 greater than list 2? The answer is yes, it is. So we take this path, and then we're going to increment b by 1. So b becomes 2 now. Okay, sorry, let me take this up again. Right. So b is 2 now. So is 2 equal to 5? No. So we take this angle. We're now comparing, is list 2 greater than list 3? List 2 is this 17. Is 17 greater than 15? Yes. 17 is greater than 15. So we take this direction, where we're going to increment b again by 3. And then the next part, is 3 equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're going back up here again. Is list b greater than, so is list 3 greater than list 4? Where is list 3? List 3 is here. The last known value is 15. Is 15 greater than 9? The answer is yes, 15 is greater than 9. So we're taking this direction, and then we increment b by 1 again. So b becomes 4. Okay, so is 4 greater than equal to 5? The answer is no. So we're taking this arrow again down to this point, where we're now going to compare list 4 against list 5. So is list 4 greater than list 5? What is the last known value of list 4? Is 9. Last known value of list 5 is 5. So 9 is greater than 5. Yes. So we take this angle again, and then we increment b by 1, making b 5. Yeah, making b 5. So we now come down here. Is 5 equal to 5? Yes, 5 is equal to 5. And then we're here now. Is a equal to true? No, a is not equal to true. And then we are going to stop. Okay, and then we are going to stop. All right, so that is basically how you sort this problem out. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. We may want to answer this very part of the question as well. So what is the algorithm doing? So if you check practically, the algorithm is sorting this in descending order. Okay, it's trying to sort in descending order. So, and by doing that, it swaps, okay, the values. Okay, so we can just put the two of them here. Since there are 2 marks that we're expected to get, so we can say one, it uh swaps the numbers in the array. in the array, and then to sort the array, sort the array, sort the array in descending order, in descending order, so I think with these two answers, you're basically good to go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's try to compare our answers with the mark scheme. So if you check, we are good basically as per the trace table. Okay, we're good as per the trace table. So remember that the marks will be awarded by the columns, okay? By the entries in the columns, not actually a function of the spaces you leave in between, by the entries, okay? At what point did the values change? All right, so that's the point. So looks like we're good to go on this point. And then for A, B, T, we're good. A, B, and T, we're good. And then for list 1 to list 5, I think we're equally good to go. Okay, just checking. Okay, we're good. 1 mark for columns list. Okay, so we're good to go. Okay, so let's look at the B part where we ask to to describe basically what the algorithm represents by the flowchart. Okay, so you can see here that they mentioned to sort data in the array. Okay, so which is actually mentioned in the second point here. So we're sorting. So for mentioning that, you deserve the mark, and for mentioning descending order, you will equally get the marks. Okay, so for me, I added an extra point there, which is still okay. Okay, so with that, we have gotten our 2 points there. So if you did this like we did, your 7 points are in the bag. Okay, so well done, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you guys again in the next video. Please do well to like, do well to share, do well to subscribe. Okay, with that, this video gets to as many persons as possible. All right, thank you, guys. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.